What's up, everyone, and welcome to JMD Nation. That's right. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Come in here. We got to talk, okay? Um, so this is JMD Nation video because this video is going to go on all the channels. All right. So if you are a part of JMD, if you're part of ClearTalk, if you're part of JMDPLAY or the JM Puzzling, which I'm actually considering renaming JMD Puzzling or something like that. But anyway, we'll get to that at some point. I am here to give an update. So, if you may notice or remember, not notice, but remember, a couple months ago, I did a video stating that I would be, I was getting ready to go full time on all the channels, but that was in lieu of me taking a separation plan from my full time job, which I have been working for 22 years. But I was waiting for that to come into fruition. But I didn't know the separation date at that time. I was hoping it was going to be at the end of that month, which I'm pretty sure was April. But that did not happen. And it also did not happen in May. But here we are in June. And today, June 9th, I am no longer... I'm no longer employed. My separation date was today. I had my last exit interview and kind of stuff and everything this morning. And that was it was interesting. I mean, not much to it really. My last official day was actually last Tuesday. And I took a couple of days off at the end of the week that I, just had vacation available, just to try to take some time away before today and whatnot. It was a bit, just to kind of quickly state as far as just, leaving my last day at work, a job that, like I said, I've worked for 22 years. I've worked with these people, most of the people there, or, quite a few of them anyways, for that entire period. And so it was very interesting. I almost got on here and made a video that day or the next day, but I just sort of backed away from it. I wanted to just take time to work it through my mind and all that. Because, while I stated to a lot of people and that I was not in any way going to shed any tears for working for the company that I worked for, which, well, hell, whatever. It was Nissan, for working for Nissan, the automotive plant. And because it was 22 years, and while I had good times, there were good times throughout working there, it did have its, a lot of troubles. And I personally took a lot of like physical issues, the mental health and everything, emotional, all this stuff. It just bore on me more and more over the years. To now it's just whatever. And I said I wasn't going to shed any tears for the place, and I did not. I did not shed not a single tear for leaving or losing, for walking away from that job. But I did get quite emotional at the idea of not working with some of the people that I worked with for all these years. Although I know that, and quite a few of them I'm friends with, like on Facebook and whatnot, social medias or whatever. And I knew I would more than likely see them again at some point or whatever. I know a lot of us that were currently working together are planning on doing a little after everybody leaves, which could be up to September. But at some point we're all going to get together and have a little last powwow, whatever, just celebrating not being in Nissan anymore, not working there anymore. But it was a lot of it was emotional ride home. Let's say my ride home that day was quite emotional. And at one point I did kind of like, it took me a lot to fight back. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. But it was working with a lot of those people. That's what the relationships and the depth that you really get working most jobs, really. I mean, unless it's a job that you really love to do. And that was not a job that I really loved to do at all. It wasn't what I planned on doing for a career, even though I spent 22 years there. That was not my intent. But I really never saw a way out. And financially, I didn't have a way out until now. But now I have an opportunity, right, to hear, which is something I have worked on for years now, developing these channels and trying to, put content out there, work on myself as far as a presenter and talking to a camera, trying to engage in certain conversations or whatnot, depending upon the channel or activities or whatever. I've tried to, improve myself in that and being able to broadcast a better way, a more entertaining way, or whatever the case. And I still have a lot of work to do. I know that. There's no doubt that I still have a lot of work to do. And hopefully that will continue. But and hopefully that will help. All of this will help to gain your support and your constant feedback and interactions and whatever in support, not even just visually and in the comments or whatever, but maybe even to some point you will even consider contributing to me, supporting me in a way that financially helps me continue to do this, whether it's through single donations or something like that, or even at Patreon or whatever the case. I do hope that at some point I gain your respect and interest in helping this channel grow or all these channels grow. Yeah. So anyways, but that all aside, here's my opportunity, right? So now we have the chance to go full time, and that's what I'm telling you right now, is that now I am officially announcing that I am full time on all the channels. Now, what does that mean? It means different things for the different channels, right? Because I can't exactly do like daily stuff on every channel. So I will work up a schedule that will have priorities to certain channels, clearly. But the idea is that I will be continuously putting out some kind of content on all the channels. So JMD, you'll be getting, constant. I will be trying to do multiple days a week of reactions to music and whatnot. I'll be attempting to try to do like a cover at least maybe twice a month or something like that, every other week or something. Who knows, if things go, well, I might be able to even do covers every week. I don't know. But the idea is to constantly be putting content out so that there's not a dry feed of anything on any channel. ClearTalk will be multiple days a week. And then only not just political stuff, but religious stuff and other things. Like I want to really bounce around on that channel, but also keep it engaged and going. And there's plenty to talk about right now. A lot of stuff we got to catch up on. And then JMDPLAY. This is one that I really have struggled with a little bit, but I will continue to try to do, keep that consistent there, putting content out, gameplay and things like that. And maybe even endeavor in some other things, movie reviews or things like that, whatever. I don't know. That channel is going to be a kind of a play channel. No pun intended. But I'm going to try to continuously put out content there as well. I've got lots of games that a list of games that I could play and do content on. And that, like I said, that one may not be an everyday thing there, but it will be, hopefully at least maybe one or maybe 2 days a week that I can do some sort of content there. And then, but it will stay on that consistency. And then also, of course, JMD puzzling. Put that a question mark maybe. That will be something that I will continue to do too. I've already, shown you previously this puzzle, the list of puzzles that I have, or the stack of puzzles I have, and we'll continue to do that. So that will be a little bit more sparse on that channel, but it will be content coming month to month or whatnot. Maybe it'd be like a few video series of me making the puzzle or whatnot, and displaying it somewhere, and all that good stuff. So like I said, there will be full-time work. That's what I'm going to be doing now, at least for the near future, and seeing how far I can go and how long I can go is continuing to do this type of work. And I really want to dive into it because I've never had the chance up until this point to even do this, to go full time. So I want to see what will happen, and to try to get your engagement, try to get your respect and interest in supporting the channels, whichever one you decide to support. I would love for you to support all of them, but everybody's got their what they like, and that's the reason why I've tried to give a variety of things, because I do like a variety of things, but not everybody does. So whatever you do like, though, please consider subscribing, liking, looking at videos, past, current, whatever, future, and then engaging with, comments, feedback, and whatnot, sharing the videos to friends and family or enemies or whatever the case, even if you're hate sharing it or hate liking it or hate commenting on it, whatever, that's cool too. I don't, it doesn't bother me either way. And I do try to give feedback to or replies to comments as much as I can. I might not hit every one of them, but I do try to do as much as I can and engage as much as I can. Of course, as the channel grows, that might get harder and harder, but I do what I can. And yes, like I said, consider subscribing and whatnot, and then hopefully you will even eventually actually, monetarily help support the channels and help me continue to do this full time. And that's what it would honestly have to take, because eventually something will have to, I'll have to have some sort of, income. So, and if I can't get it through this, like I'm hoping and growing and stuff like that, then I'll have to go somewhere else, unfortunately. But that's not what I want. I want to actually be able to get this going full time and things go smoothly and have continuous growth, and this become actually a full-time thing that I do for you, every channel, on a daily basis, weekly basis, whatever, depending upon the channel. So thank you very much again. And yeah, here we are. Full-time JMD Nation, full-time JMD, full-time ClearTalk, full-time JMDPLAY, full-time JM Puzzling. So yeah, get ready. So more content's going to be coming. We got a lot of, like I said, a lot of stuff to catch up on, a lot of stuff to do. Have a lot of ideas, and so yeah, I'm ready to share them with you. So thank you very much, and until next time, peace. JMD from JMD Nation. You're awesome, and I'm out.